let's go. It's AEAF. I have no idea what that is, but watch this. All right. We have now just restarted the recording session. Boom. All right, cool. So what I want to do right now is, I really wanted to go through a back testing session, but I'm probably not going to back test. I'm probably going to more or less just talk about what happened in the market today. I'll go to the higher time frame and just kind of update whoever my viewers are on kind of what's going on with my next plans and everything. So right now I'm doing sort of a 2-week series on just preparing for going back live trading around the first, at the end of this month, beginning of July. And basically what we're gonna do is we're just making sure we're following our rules every day. So number one, we need to lay out the rules, right? So some of our rules need to be like my pre-market routine. Pre-market routine rules, let's write that down. Pre-market routine rules. We go through our meditation, visualization, and affirmations. We usually read Proverbs. A lot of times it really goes like this. Gratitude / prayer. And then I read Proverbs. Usually drink water, or we usually freshen up. Drink water. I'll say that. Freshen up and drink water. And then we go into meditation, visualizations, and affirmations. So that's what it usually looks like, right? So there are a couple things I want to add in there. The 2 things I want to add in there, number one is we do the market markup. Before that, I want to see we do the market markup, and that's cool. Market markup is cool, just to see what's going on. I want to do a rule review. And then rule and goal review. Let's say that. Rule and goal review. Rule and goal review. Then the last thing is going to be pre-market pause. Pre-market pause. Visualization. Yeah, we'll do rule and goal review, pre-market markup, and then pre-market pause, visualization. So let's see, do I want it in that order though? That's the question. Because I think we should do the market markup before we do our goal review. Whatever, cause they tripping. Let's see, I think I want to do the boom, market markup, rule and goal review, walk. And then before that, usually we do take a walk. Do a walk. Sometimes it's a market markup, then a walk. But should I take a walk and then do my market markup? Cool. So that's what it looks like, right? So we do all those things. Pretty simple though, nothing too much. Sometimes I'll just wake up and mark up the market. I don't really do anything. I'll just mark it up real quick just because I want to see what's going on and see how price is reacting. I just kind of mark out areas of interest that I want to watch out for. So we'll leave that market markup to just, we'll say under discretion. Just leave UD. I'll just say under discretion, because sometimes I just want to. Sometimes I'll be excited when I wake up in the morning. I just want to see like, what has the market done? I just kind of want to mark it up. And sometimes let's say I like to do my pre-market markup right here. Pre-market markup. All right, cool. So I think that's pretty much everything we have going. There's a gold review area in here. Gold review. And so I want to see if like there's a way I should run this through ChatGPT and see like, let's ask ChatGPT, watch this. So I asked ChatGPT, what do you think of my morning and pre-market routine and how could it be better? I need to wipe the camera off. Hold up. All right. Let's see. Let's go. All right, let's do this. Now I want to back test right now too. Just kind of look through, go through a back testing session to see my ooh, ChatGPT might be on to something. So they said, so what they said was phase 1, prime yourself. Phase 2, trader preparation. Is there a phase 3? Phase 3, execution review. The one thing missing, maximum daily risk, put it in letters. Okay, cool. Okay, so what they said was like split it into she wanted me to split it into basically personal development and then trader preparation, which preparation looks like review the economic calendar, higher time frame bias, major areas of interest, scenario planning. Okay, I like this. And then phase 3, execution review. Before market opens, my setup checklist. trend line, major level reach. Man, I just need to copy and paste this. Trader identity. I only trade my setup. I do not chase. I do not revenge trade. Missing a trade costs nothing. Protecting capital is my first job. This is so good. And then, she gave me 3 responses to see which one I prefer. From what I can see, this is already a much better routine than most traders follow, because you're not just jumping into the charts. You're preparing mentally, spiritually, physically, and strategically. What I like, gratitude prayer keeps you centered and reduces desperation. Goal review reminds you what you're actually trying to accomplish. Pre-market markup, planning before emotions show up. Proverbs helps cultivate patience and wisdom. Water and freshening up signals your brain that work is beginning. Visualization affirmations is good if focused on execution rather than the outcomes. Walk outside, huge for waking up your mind and reducing stress. Final market markup allows adjustment to overnight developments. Rule and goal review reinforces discipline. Things I'd improve. Separate outcome goals from process goals. Instead of making 2,000 today, focus on execute A+ setups, obey stop losses, no revenge trades, stop after daily max loss, follow my checklist. Okay, what I like about this is that it tells you the reasons why all of this is good. The other thing I wanted to throw in there, they're not really throwing in there, is that why it's important to obey stop losses, and the logic behind why you should obey a stop losses, and how you should respond to a stop loss. Like, I think those are important reminders, because sometimes we think that we want to make it day one or first week or the first month, and really you want to see a month long series of trades and how well that was executed, the win percentage, the data behind that, because that's going to tell you your performance more than just a week and things like that. It gives the market more time to play out different scenarios and conditions, and gives you a better set of, trading opportunities, a larger data set at that. So that's kind of important. As we go on, it's basically still broke it down into, like, this one got almost 6 steps, and then some other added notes. So this one says, right, 1, add market context review, 5 to 10 minutes, higher time frames. I don't like that it didn't add in, oh yeah, it did. Higher time for review, monthly, weekly, daily, 4-hour questions, trending or ranging, major support resistance levels, premium or discount, is there a strong bias? Add news review before entering CPI, PPI, FOMC, jobless claims, Powell speeches. Nothing ruins a day like trading blindly into red folder news, right? So true. 4, add physical movement, even 10 to 20 minutes, push-ups, walking, stretching, light weights. I like that. When I was trading day one, which y'all seen, if y'all go back and look at my last video, you'll see that I was journaling how I was feeling, my thoughts, emotions during that live trade. And no matter what I do, I just want to stay consistent with it. Does it help? I think what helps is staying consistent at what's working. Movement improves decision making. That's good. So reminding myself to stand up like every so often is probably a good one. Add a trade mission statement. Read aloud. My job is not to make money today. My job is to execute my edge with patience and discipline. Losses are business expenses. I only need 1 or 2 quality setups. That is so true. I think going into a trade and accepting that you already lost the trade is important too. I don't think it's smart to go in a trade thinking that you're always going to win. That's not, because now you force trades and things like that. It's better to accept the loss take full responsibility for the loss before you jump into the trade. So you set the risk, knowing that this is already going to be a loss, and if it works out because you executed your edge, then that's just a cherry on top. Other than that, you want to take the risk and protect profit first. Protect your equity, not profit. Protect your equity first. Add no trade is fine. Yeah, that's another thing. It's good. So this is number 6. Add no trade is fine. This one is huge. If my setup never appears, I will happily end the day without trading. This is huge because what I'm understanding is that you don't need a lot of trades. You need more quality trades. And quality trades don't come every day, but they do come every week. So really, one solid trade a week maybe is like good enough to like really just blow this thing out of the water. Let's go. That sentence alone can save you $1,000 a year. Absolutely, I would agree. I would personally arrange a routine like this. So they label the spiritual, physical, mental, trade preparation before entry. And so let's dive into spiritual: gratitude, prayer, read Proverbs, goal, mission, review. Physical: drink water, freshen up, walk outside, light exercise. Mental: meditation, visualization, affirmations. The reason why I don't want to put the mental side before the physical is because the mental needs to go with the spiritual. It needs to go, they kind of need to go back, like back to back, because number one, it's important to visualize when your mind is in that alpha theta state, because you just came out of sleep and you're in that dream. And so it's really, I try to catch it then. Because you want the body super relaxed and things like that. I guess it doesn't really matter, but I really like starting my day slower. So after the goal review, I really do like to get up and, when I let go too, I do like to get up and just kind of stretch a little. Hey, look, this is us trying to find like the perfect way to like roll into this shit. Yeah. And then trading preparation. All right, you got higher time frame analysis, economic calendar review, pre-market markup, trade checklist review. This is super important. I really want to slap this just on my TV so that I can just hop into this when it happens. And it says, before entry, ask, is this an A+ setup? Is the trend aligned? Is the risk defined? Is the news clear? Is this worth risking capital? This trade? The only thing I think is missing from your routine is something that has become increasingly more important based on the struggles you've described over the last year. Post-market review. That may be more important than morning routine. Post-market review. A complete trading day would be morning preparation, execution, post-market journal, shutdown. The traders who last aren't necessarily the ones with the best strategy. They're the ones who repeatedly learn from their own data and protect themselves from emotional decisions. Your routine already points in that direction. I just make it more structured and put even more emphasis on execution and review rather than on daily profit targets. Execution and review. I absolutely agree with that. So instead of like, hey, I'm gonna make $1,000 a day. Nah, just focus on, and that's been a big thing, right? Turning the focus toward executing the setup and playing the setup using proper risk, and just focusing on good entries, not trying to make the money. And then review that instead of so you can just kind of correct whatever you needs to be corrected and move forward. Okay, cool. So we might just throw all of this out the window. I actually want to keep both of these. I'm about to tell them I want both responses. I think it takes a lot of pressure off you too when you're coming in looking to just execute the setup with proper risk rather than trying to make a certain amount of money. This puts you at ease, relieves stress. Okay, cool. So we'll leave this. I'll set this to the side somewhere. Get back to that. I'll have this on paper and up where I can see it soon. So, all right. So we're in the charts now, and so basically on today's date, we had some minor consolidation and fluctuation. It wasn't too much. If you would have had the correct stops, you would have been fine. Meaning, like, this is the 1 hour. Looking at the 1 hour, we sold off. The overall day is down basically, right? We came up overnight, boom, barely came down. Then we just basically sold off the rest of the day, right? For the session. Okay, cool. So we just basically sold off mostly, and I got wicked out so many times, but there is a clear entry right here on this touch, having the stops right up here. What I didn't like was how much I was risking there. So what I said I was gonna do is start trading minis. So I'll write that down. Sorry, not minis, micros. So we're gonna start trading the micros. Some notes I wanna make. Check news. Check news during pre-market markup. What else do I want to say? There's a clear entry right here. This is so clear. This is and we just did not execute it. It didn't look that clear. Was it that clear? This was here already before I didn't mark this up just now. This been here. And based on this 1 hour, which I was already targeting this area, we seen this coming. I got killed inside of here though during today's day, and it could have got a 1 to 10 risk to ratio. So I could have risked 200-300. Usually my risk is 500. I'd have made 5,000. If I'd have risked 1,000, I'd have made 10. Right? We did not just sweep liquidity. We didn't sweep buy side or sell side. We did take out Bell sell side eventually to fill the gap, this huge gap. And then, right, so we shot up here, came down, had a little pullback at the market open. Right, in this area we got, I didn't check the news, so I'm wondering if all this volatility was because of that. But I don't think it mattered so long as my stops would have been correct, had the correct structure, which I tried to execute this from the 30 minute still looks pretty clear, right? The 15 minute, still pretty clear, guys. There was plenty of moves here. This is so easy. Actually, this is actually a pretty easy trading day. I probably made it harder than it was. I think London session was clearer than, man, this is too easy. Like, price came in. Bro, look at this. This is sale season. All you gotta do is hold. And we knew he was going down here. So this lets me know use proper stop loss area with structure. So we got this rule right here. Boom. Check news during pre-market setup. And then our next one is use proper stop loss area. With structure. Let's move it down. With structure. And be patient. Or just trail stops. See, if I'm using the proper risk, note if proper risk, if using the proper risk, it's okay if price wants to come back to entry area. I was very concerned that this trade was going to come back to fill these gaps before it and I think it's cool. Like, price never made it back above this level, so I should have been fine. I really was fine. It never came back above this level, so I was more than okay. If price would have came back above this level here, look, which is why structure is important to watch along with the strategy. If price would have came back above this level, now it's looking a little different, right? And even then, there's a whole fair value gap right in here too, right? We got this one right here. Actually, I'll get this one out the way, and then I'll just, you know what? Let's just clone them, right? Now this ain't no fair 5-minute fair value gap anymore. It's a 15-minute. Fair value gap, right? And so it's getting late, so I want to walk out of here in a second. And so overall, I had my bias right. Overall, my bias was correct. Overall, my bias is correct. But my stops were too tight, and that caused me to take a loss for the day. Because even if I would have did, like, if we start with one, so we're gonna do this. Start the day with one micro, then scale up to predefined, and scale up to predefined risk. And scale up to predefined risk. Let's go to predefined risk. Okay, cool. Let's scale to predefined risk. So this is, and I'm gonna probably cut this video because I want to keep this short. But I just want to, this is how I wanted to review. This is actually part of my routine. Like, I need to review the trading day, and I'm just doing that with you all. So this is a 30-minute video of me reviewing the trades and then talking myself through my pre-market routine. And so that was the big trade idea for the day, and that is how that went. And so in the morning, we'll do another live trade session, and I will post all of these before I same day. I'll just post them same day, and they'll be all posted leading up to me going live, because eventually, come end of the month, beginning of the month, I will be what's the word I'm looking for? We'll be getting into a prop firm account. So I'll jump back in the Top Step, and I'm kind of losing my train of thought as I'm thinking about so much right now. Yeah. What's crazy is, too, I wanted to point out, we came and touched inside the gap, and then shot right back up here to the entry area, and then continued to blow past the gap. This day probably towed some trading accounts up. I'm sure they did. All right, man, that's all I got for y'all, man. Peace.